It is a pleasure to talk to you today. This series is amazing.
I appreciate you.
Congratulations.
Thank you, Andrew. That means a lot, man. You love it. How many episodes you seen?
I have seen 3 now.
Yeah, so you love it.
I love it. It is amazing. So tell me, what is it like being able to tell your father's story?
Man, like you said, it's amazing. It's really mind blowing to me. Like I feel like it's divine order, you know. And at first, when 50 Cent brought it to me, it sounded crazy, but when I really worked towards it and really understood the depthness of the job, and this was like life or death for me, and I understood this is only a once in a lifetime opportunity, I took it as seriously as possible and really learned how to act and learn how to fall into the role of my father. And it was just amazing. I'm so glad that everything worked out perfectly and worked out the way it did, because I had an amazing cast and crew I got to learn from. 50 Cent, I got to get directed by other directors, Tasha, Eve, all type of different people, you know, and I got to surround myself by veteran actors, learn from them. Everything was amazing, man. It really was great.
In terms of the fact that, working with 50 Cent for this, what did he come to you? Well, how did he explain this to you?
He called me after we met in Atlanta at a casting, the first casting he ever had in Atlanta. He called me the next morning, 7 a.m, like, yo, I want to move you to LA and I want you to do acting classes 5 days a week for like a year and a half, almost 2 years, just so you could learn how to act. So when I did that, that's just this before I could even learn how to play my dad. I have to learn how to act first. So he made sure that I had the foundation of acting before I was just thrown out into set, thrown out on there, thrown out in the audition or whatever, and didn't know how to act. Because I didn't know how to act, I couldn't get an audition, couldn't earn my own spot.
It is amazing watching you, especially working with Vinci. What was he like playing his brother, playing your brother, basically, in this?
Vinci was great. He was a helpful source. Like I told him the first day I met him, I used to watch him on All American and Grownish, so it was like I get to learn from him now, and just being an actor longer than me, he's been doing it longer than me, so I get to learn from him. He get to learn from me stuff about my family that he didn't know that I get to give him insight on. So it's different. I appreciated working with him because me and him got to do so many scenes together. I got to learn from him. We get to learn what to do, what not to do, and it was my first time on set, so I'm getting everything I needed. I'm soaking everything in.
We were talking a couple of weeks ago about the fact that you guys went for gun training and just seeing how competitive you were together on that. What was that like?
Oh, that was fun, man. That was the first time I ever did any type of gun training. We did an intense gun training, ARs, pistols, and shooting 2 pistols at a time, big ARs they use in the Marines and stuff like that. So it was so fun. We actually did tactical drills, shooting and jumping out of a car and shooting through a windshield. It was crazy. Like, just the experience was so fun. Like, STARZ really let us really we really had fun. STARZ created a lot of opportunities for us to just be prepared before we got on set, giving us the gun training and stuff like that. It was needed and it was fun. It got us better, I feel like.
Did you have a favorite part once you were actually playing this role? Was there a scene or something that really cemented the experience for you?
Yeah, I like I feel like I like the emotional scenes the most, the heartfelt scenes, just because it's so real. It's like it's hard not to feel it. Like I remember doing a scene on set with my mom, Brianna White, and the whole crew, everybody that was on set watching us do the scene. Like you could hear a pin drop. Like everybody was quiet, everybody was in tears almost, watching us do our scene. That just let us know we were doing it right. That it was natural and authentic, and those mean the most to me because that is my family. So close to home. I know how my dad feels about his mom. I know how my grandma feels about him. So it's like it hits so close to home, and everybody killed it. Nicole killed it, and she looks exactly like my grandma, which is crazy. Like feels exactly like her. Mannerisms act like her. It's really crazy.
I love I don't want to give away the scene, but the scene when you come into the hospital in the second episode, that blew me away. That whole moment of you coming in and talking to the officer and just that whole interaction. Did like, how did you work up to that mood? Because it was astounding watching you play that part.
Thank you. I appreciated it. It was just rage. Like I don't want to give it away, but you know what happened to my brother, you know, and it's just, if that happens to, you know, any other brother, what would you do? You know, how do you feel about your family? How far are you willing to go for your family members? You know, it's that type of thing. And my dad was willing to go off the rails for his family members. So I had to, you know, put myself in his shoes.
What about working with Snoop on this? Because I heard some great things from Da Vinci about him. What's he like in person?
Oh, yeah, he's funny and amazing, man. Like, he's just filled with life and so genuine. Like, me and Snoop chilled on set, off set, between set, before they set action. Like, we chilled all the time when he was on set. For hours, just talking in his trailer. Just he giving me game. He just telling me all the sets he's been on, just giving me game. You know, he's so funny too, man. He's hilarious. So it was really like, it was like a dream come true, man. I got to work with Snoop, 50, Wood Harris, Russell Hornsby, Eminem, everybody. It's a lot. Like, it's just crazy.
You know, in terms of when audiences come in to watch this, you know, what do you want them to take away? What would you like them to understand once they've seen the show?
I want them to be able to read between the lines and understand the real meat and the soul of the story. Like, it's a story about family and brotherhood, not just about drug dealing. It's a story about loyalty and loving one another and making sure everybody eats and everybody's good. And like, you know, my dad always wanted people to know he wasn't the only one trying to look good. He wanted everybody around him to enjoy the fruits of labor. Like, you know, so it's a story that people can really feel connected to, no matter what race or ethnicity you are. You can still, everybody has a family, even though you might not have a 2-parent household with 2 brothers and a sister, you still have a family, you know? So it doesn't matter. I feel like anybody can feel connected to the story if they understand the meat of it.
So now what happens for you next? What are you working on? What do you want to do? Are you going to pursue more acting after this?
Yeah, I actually just finished filming a show called Euphoria on HBO Max. And, you know, I got a lot of other stuff in the works, you know.
That's amazing. Do you have a dream, like a goal that you want to hit, that you're like, you know, in 10 years you want to be doing this?
Oh, I want to be doing this for the rest of my life. I want to do Marvel movies. I want to do all type of stuff, you know, different things. I want to go as far as I can, get better and better.
Amazing. Thank you so much for the time. I really appreciate it. Congratulations on this role.
Thank you. I appreciate it. It's a pleasure's mine. I'm glad you love it. Have a great day.